Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Jackson Anderson, senior rower from Mission Hills, Kansas, helped the Stars to their best finish in the Intercollegiate Rowing Association Championships on Sunday. And in that event, you guys, you and your crew finished in third place. Talk about your performance.
Definitely. It was a great performance, and it's actually kind of weird hearing one individual in rowing being the superstar athlete, because it's really a group of 9 guys in a boat going across the finish line, working hard together and clicking together to make it go fast. And I think this past weekend on Sunday, we had a great crew that came together and pushed through and held off a good push from Temple, and then also almost caught up to Virginia, which only beat us by 0.4 seconds. So it was a great race, and the competition within the team has really helped put together a grade 8 to have a great performance this weekend.
In addition to that, earlier in the year in the John Hunter Regatta, you guys finished first in that event. Tell us about that performance.
That was a great experience for us, because we got to go to a regatta. It's pretty early in the season, and go through the whole progression of a race. And a lot of us had more than one race, and that's a regatta that we could have showed up to very easily with all the travel and all that, and could have had a performance that we would be regretting, not have done as well as we would want to. But we were able to come and keep it together and end up with a first place finish, and good test run for all of us.
What have some of the other highlights of the season been for your team?
Just thinking before we went to John Hunter Regatta, we invited Jacksonville to come down. That was a great time to have another team that's at our level, that we can easily have them come down to our boathouse in our area and do a few pieces and get a few tests on speed and see how we're looking for the remainder of the year. And it turned out that we're doing pretty well, and we're looking forward to moving on to the postseason.
Talk about those postseason events. What are the team's expectations heading into those?
Our number one goal is to win Western Sprints. Moving forward, we have Gonzaga and a few other California schools that we'll be competing against, and they haven't really seen us race. We haven't really raced them at all, so it's kind of an unknown, and it's going to be a one race, winner takes all kind of situation. And I think all the guys on both the Varsity 8 and the JV 8 are really excited to take advantage of that unknown factor and turn some heads.
You got it on right now. You were one of several seniors to be awarded the Team Blazer at the opening night banquet in March. Talk about that new tradition.
I think it's great that OCU is coming up with some traditions. With rowing, it's a very old sport. So a lot of other teams have traditions with the Blazer, and I think with our young program, only being about 10, 11 years old, moving forward with this Blazer tradition, it kind of solidifies more traditions to come, and us to be a program to be around for 50 to 100 years, just like the others.
You and your teammates, Stephen George and Matt Nelson, were on a boat that took 15th in the under 23 World Championships. Talk about what that experience meant to you.
It was a pretty incredible experience to go over to Italy and race for the U.S. We definitely got experience in racing some speed that we hadn't seen before, and I think that's really helped with Matt and Stephen and myself to come onto the team and have a new experience to bring to the team and help them understand where we need to go and how to bring some more speed onto the boat.
What's your major here at OCU?
I'm an accounting major.
So tell us about your career plans following college.
I think I'm going to continue being in Oklahoma City. I'm actually working at an investment firm, Square Deal Capital, and I'll be continuing on full-time there, and probably find me at the boathouse every once in a while, going out in a single, paddling around, maybe doing a few smaller races, but it's definitely going to be a lot of fun being here in Oklahoma.
All right, great. Talking to Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Jackson Anderson. Coming up next on the OCU Athletics Update, we'll talk to rowing coach Cameron Brown.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org.
Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to rowing coach Cameron Brown. The Stars posted their best finish ever in the Southern Intercollegiate Rowing Association Championships on Sunday. And coach, in those championships, you advanced to the A final for the first time ever, and your men finished third in the varsity 8. Tell us what went into that performance.
Yeah, it was a great finish for the team. Obviously, that's our best finish in the program's history. And it's just a big step for the guys. A lot of hard work went into it. It's kind of the short answer to that question. But really, the guys have just done a lot of hard work throughout the winter. And not just the guys in the varsity 8, the whole team has. And it's great to see them get their success.
Sam Lee and Nico Ottoboni have picked up second in the pair, and your JV 8 finished 7th. Talk about those performances.
Yeah, again, it was great for the pair to pick up the silver medal. Unfortunately, the weather forced their final event to be cancelled, so the results were based off their time trial. So I know they were disappointed not to be able to get a shot at the gold medal, but still, silver medal is a great result for them. And the JV 8, I was really impressed with how they responded on Sunday. They had a bit of a tough semi-final on Saturday where they didn't quite perform at their level, but they regrouped and they just had a huge race on Sunday to pick up the win in the B final.
James Francis and Yassine Barihuma will compete in the collegiate single coming up in the Dad Vale Regatta. Talk about the selection process there and the history that you guys have made at the Dad Vale.
Yeah, we have a lot of great scullers on our team, and it's something that we're quite proud of, and creating an opportunity for sculling to really develop. And so a couple of weeks ago, we actually had a race where we had the top 6 scullers line up and just race each other to see who would go to the Dad Vales. And Jimmy and Yassine were able to come first and second there, and they're going to do a great job. We have a history of getting a couple of medals every year we go there, and more often than not the gold medal. And I think these two guys have a great chance to be battling down the course and hopefully take home gold and silver.
You guys are looking to compete in the Western Sprints as well as the Intercollegiate Rowing Association Championships. Talk about these postseason events.
Yeah, it's an exciting time for us because this is actually the first year we've gone to the Western Sprints Championships, and it acts as our conference championship. And the big thing about it is if we come first or second, then we'll qualify automatically for the nationals, the Intercollegiate Rowing Association National Championships. And that's been the goal for us all season long. And the results last weekend were very encouraging for that. And definitely now we're focusing on May 16th when we'll go to California. There'll be 5 schools there. And if we can happen to come first or second, then we'll punch our ticket to the nationals. And that's going to be a huge milestone for the program and just a great achievement for the guys.
You've got 3 rowers that are going to compete for the national team at the World University Games. Talk about those guys.
Yeah, all 3 guys, I'm really excited for them. Stephen George, obviously, he had some experience with the under-23 quad last summer. But for Hudjo and then also for Barrick, it'll be their first taste of international competition. And we've been quite fortunate to have quite a few guys on our roster compete internationally the last few years. And I think it's a great opportunity for them. And they're going to have a blast. They'll have a busy summer, heading up to Michigan after the national championships and then going to South Korea in July for the competition. But they'll have a blast, and I'm really happy for them. Yeah.
On a personal note, it's been a few years since you were diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome. Talk about your recovery process and how you're doing.
Yeah, it's been 4 years now, so a lot has happened. The progression is still occurring, and I think I'm still getting better, kind of one step at a time, I like to say. And so hopefully it's only a matter of time until I get back to the full recovery. But it's been really good, kind of back doing everything I want to be doing, and just kind of taking it one step at a time.
What inspired you to get into coaching?
Good question. I think honestly it'd be my brother, to be honest with you. I started coaching back when I was 18 and back in Australia. And our high school, the custom was when you graduated high school, you'd go back and coach there for a couple of years and kind of give back to the program. And my brother's a year older than me, and he went before me, and I kind of watched what he did, and I was passionate about the sport as well. And so that kind of got me hooked into it. And then I realized that I love it a lot, and I thought if there's a way that I can make a career out of this, I want to see where it's going to take me. And so ultimately, I ended my way up in America a few years later, and here I am.
All right, thanks very much. Talking to rowing coach Cameron Brown, and you can follow the Stars rowing teams on OCUsports.com.